Manifestation, as we all know, is a new age idea that our thoughts affect reality, and if we can dream up what we want and envision that well enough, the universe will hand it to us in due time, except for the fact that this isn't a new age idea at all. It's an ancient concept that may be as old as consciousness itself, that our internal experience and the reality around us are deeply connected, and it has stayed in the thoughts of humans since our thoughtful beginning, from when people believed that the clouds move because they are following us, to the intellectual inquiry of astrology, the belief that the stars and planets affect our behaviour and outcomes. In more recent times, this theme runs deep in the New Age movement and manifestation. These are interpretations of the deep connection between spirit and form, and they do have many merits if you are willing to dig deep enough about the nature of the universe. The one tradition I believe got closest to the truth is Hermeticism, the ancient philosophers which I have made videos about in the past. The famous line, "as above, so below," which you will probably have heard whether you know about philosophy or not. In essence, it means the same thing. Our thoughts affect reality. We have clouds, astrology, the secret, philosophy, all hinging on the same intuition. The issue is not the concept, but instead the interpretation. If we go back to antiquity and beyond, the interpretation was biased by our experience of being oppressed by the world around us, thinking it was watching us as at any moment a force of nature could destroy us. In modern times, humans have godly control of the environment with technology and knowledge, and as such, with modern manifestation, we believe our inner conscious has control of the outer world. The lines that stay consistent are that the interior and the exterior are deeply connected and exert forces on each other in some way. The success of The Secret is not the same as other gurus selling courses or self-help online. Its success was predictable because this exact phenomenon has swept through culture countless times before. It draws you in through imagination, liberation, but it keeps a hold of people for so long with its real grain of truth. For someone that works all day, doom scrolls, then goes to bed, your imagination is constantly suppressed and your brain is never searching for other ways of living. The visualization opens the door to possibility. If you could have anything, what would you want? Living in a creative mind is far more exciting than living through your eyes all day. And the supposed power of manifestation unfastens the shackles that you feel around your feet every day. It gives you the belief that you have the power to fight the forces shaping your life and instead shape them. Financial troubles, poor relationships, an overbearing boss, all these can be changed if you first can create in your head a better life. And then there's a single grain of truth that the Hermetic philosophers discovered that keeps you believing even when you're let down. Your thoughts affect reality. We need to capture a full picture of what real manifestation looks like, and so let's begin with the mechanics of how it works by stripping away the magic. But don't worry, we'll add that back later. First of all, we are not asking the universe for anything. We are not tuning into certain cosmic frequencies for material gain. That is not to say that our lives are not intertwined with the universe at all, just that we are not in control of things such as synchronicities or miracles. If they do exist, they happen independently of our power in the world. Instead, manifestation is more akin to a dance between the conscious and subconscious mind. The subconscious acts as a bridge between your intentions and your behaviour. For example, a badly executed manifestation may look something like this. You hope to have a successful career, so your intention is to work hard. Your behaviour will then be to work hard. The issue here is that the hope is completely independent of the behaviour. The intention is actually to work hard, not to be successful. You will manifest a life of hard work first, leaving success as a mere hope. This can easily set you up for a life of misery and disappointment, constantly trying to go the extra mile for something that doesn't actually matter, and being devastated when it doesn't lead to what you want. Endless nights at the office or at home working on a side project. I've fallen into this trap before, and it reminds me of the mythology similar to the monkey's paw, that you should always be very careful what you wish for. And the urgency of this is that this is happening in your own mind, right now, regardless whether you believe it or not. To avoid an insidious outcome, instead, start with your goal as the intention. If you're a guy, for example, with hopes of finding a girlfriend, you may set the intention of getting in the best shape possible and hit the gym hard 5 days a week. The issue is not that good physical fitness won't help, it's that you are not setting the intention of getting a girlfriend. If you set the right intention, your behaviour would look more holistic, working on your social skills or displaying empathy, improving your clothing, and going to the gym, all in equal focus. This is because the intention sets the behaviour, and the behaviour is what leads to your future. Now that we have the basic mechanism, we need to return the magic. And to be honest, if we don't, we reduce everything to just goal setting. And I don't know about you, but I'm much more likely to chase a dream rather than a goal. Imagination is the opening of your reality to new opportunities. This is the magic. It's the enchanting feeling it produces. If you're someone struggling through a tough job that doesn't pay enough, and you let yourself imagine just for a few minutes what life would be like if you worked less and had more to spare, waking up without the dread of another day's work, that image gives you a feeling of relief and hope. This is the feeling manifestation gurus are actually selling you. They just never told you the whole story of how it works. The feeling comes from a simple realization: life doesn't have to be this way. The crucial step is to align the magic with your intention. And luckily, this is where the subconscious does the heavy lifting for you. If you can hold a clear image of what you want and remind yourself of it every day, over time, that repetition starts to mold your subconscious into forming habits that carry you there, until eventually what you do in life begins to align with the life you intended. So create a ritual. Write this life down every night before bed. And don't just repeat the same list. Reimagine it every single night. Let the dream evolve, following wherever the magic is taking you. Because as you keep returning to the dream, it starts to change on its own. The novelty of being rich or famous or successful tends to wear off, and what's left, once the novelty fades, is what actually matters to you. Your focus shifts from the fantasy towards the things worth the work that it takes to get there. And this is the real secret. Not the universe waiting to hand you things if you ask nicely, but the oldest idea humans have ever had, finally interpreted in the right way. As above, so below, was never about commanding the world with your mind. It was about the fact that the world you build outside always starts from within.